Hey, it's Arcsecond. In this video, I will cover wave control for mid lane. In the early game, pulling the wave and slow pushing is the most common, because it allows you to trade, zone, and play with the strength of your tower. Pulling the wave also helps prevent ganks. Early game, you are the most likely to be ganked because you have to sit in lane longer to get last hits. Roaming is less viable very early in the game too. To pull the wave, the enemy wave has to be larger, and the amount of creeps needed to pull the wave depends on where the minion wave sits in the lane. How close the wave is to your tower will determine the amount of creeps needed for the pull. It also depends on the distance between towers. Mid is the shortest lane and therefore requires the least amount of creeps. The reason more creeps are needed the closer the wave is to your tower is because your reinforcement minions will arrive faster than enemies. In the center of the lane, around one more enemy creep is needed to pull the wave. Then it slightly increases until right outside of your tower, or at least 3 more creeps are needed. To keep a smaller minion wave, you normally just want to last hit and avoid using your spells on the minion wave. Champions who may not follow this strategy are ones who push fast and efficiently, like Talia, Vel'Koz, and Azir. Even these champions are likely to stop pushing on the cannon wave, since it might take them too long to push out. My favorite way to use the minion wave is one can keep the wave close to your tower without a large enemy minion wave by simply killing all the enemy creeps besides one and taking that creep right outside your tower. This will pull the wave, and if the enemy wants to continue laning, you'll normally push back the wave, which allows you to repeat this strategy. Just have to make sure you don't accidentally push the wave too hard. Pushing in the mid game becomes the most common strategy, partly because of this reason. It becomes too easy to push the wave, and trading and pushing will be possible for most champions too. When you push the enemy out of lane and you want to back or roam, you want to push the wave all the way to tower. If you have a huge minion wave, you can let your minions finish off the last part of the enemy wave. The faster the better though, because the enemy tower will deny his creeps from him if he's still not back, and the wave will come back your way faster. To reiterate, this happens because the enemy minions will reach the wave faster. Freezing the wave isn't that common in mid lane anymore. The game is really fast paced, minion XP range is huge, and it's hard to tank the wave. However, it's still good in some situations. Normally best against melee champions who have a hard time stepping forward. It's also best against champions who would have a hard time doing a jungle camp or roaming. To freeze the wave, you need the enemy wave to have at least 3 more minions. You can pull the wave behind the side bush wall, and you can also use this method in general to ease your last hitting. The late game strategy for mid is simple. Pushing out the mid wave as fast as possible is normally your best option. The minion wave will give you deep vision and it will allow you to set up plays quicker. That just about covers it. Let me know if this was helpful and thank you for watching.